This year will go down as a year of political stardust for Nigel Farage and a political eclipse for Kemi Badenoch. And at the dawn of 2024, Farage was freshly bronzed from his jungle escapades on I'm a Celebrity, aping Matt Hancock, if not in the stationery cupboard, then in the jungle itself. His political coming to the stationery cupboard, let's make it move. His political career, seemingly as retired as the man himself was rested. Fast forward to today, he's an MP, Reform UK's leader, and he's polling higher than Keir Starmer as Britain's preferred Prime Minister. And as if his political cup didn't already runneth over, his best mate Donald Trump has taken up residence at the end of Pennsylvania Avenue once again. What a crescendo to cap 2024. But Farage's luck isn't confined to his own glittering victories. Reform UK is making life increasingly awkward for Kemi Badenoch and the Conservatives. At their recent Mayfair Christmas bash, a rather flashy affair one imagines, they unveiled a live membership tracker to celebrate their growing ranks, mispronounced probably, of card-carrying activists. And they claim over 118,000 members as of December, with projections suggesting they might surpass the Conservatives' 131,680 members by the end of January 2025. Imagine that. Nigel Farage's party eclipsing the grassroots of the Conservative Party. For the Tories, this would be the political equivalent of watching your lunch money get pinched in front of the entire school. But it's not just numbers, it's the spectacle. Reform UK's 100,000th member was awarded a pint with Lee Anderson. A gift some might call inspiring, others a tad niche. And one wonders what prize the 131st, 681th member might win. A Brexit-themed Christmas jumper, perhaps. It's all very clever theatre designed to hammer home their claim, as in Farage's words, they are the real opposition. Now, before Reform UK gets too carried away, they might do well to glance back at real history, specifically the history of the Labour Party's grassroots surge under Jeremy Corbyn. And when Corbyn took the helm in 2015, Labour had about 200,000 members, more than the Conservatives and Reform at the moment, both of them. By the 2017 general election, that number had soared to a staggering and astounding 570,000, making it the largest political party in Western Europe. Granted, much of this success was due to Corbyn's appeal to young, idealistic activists and grassroots supporters, something Reform UK is conspicuously lacking. After all, nothing says youth movement quite like pint giveaways with Lee Anderson, does it? The lesson here is simple. And if you look at the waste of the Corbyn effort, numbers alone don't win elections. Activism, enthusiasm and demographics do. And Corbyn's Labour may have boasted extraordinary membership figures, but internal divisions and strategic missteps ultimately led to a significant decline by the time Keir Starmer took over in 2020. Reform UK faces a similar dilemma, and Farage's appeal is undeniable, but can his party mobilise its members in the same way Corbyn energised the Labour grassroots? I think not. And crucially, can they appeal beyond their current base of disillusioned Conservatives from the right and Brexit diehards? I think not. For the Conservatives, this looming membership crisis is no small matter. Party membership isn't just a vanity metric. It's the engine behind fundraising, campaigning and local election victories. If Reform UK overtakes them in membership, it's more than just a headline, it's a fundamental shift in Britain's political landscape. But I would suggest it's got a lot to do with their choice of leader. The more the Conservative Party tacks to the right, the more it's very difficult to see a difference between them and Reform UK. It's just a matter of degree. And they leave behind the vast majority of the One Nation Tories, the people who used to form the bedrock of the Conservative Party, the people who would go out campaigning. Why is the Conservative Party in such a mess? Because it's not thinking about the people who really support it. It's thinking about the noise. As we look to 2025, one thing is certain. The Conservatives under Kemi Badenoch, snigger snigger, face an existential question. Can they redefine themselves to halt the flow of members to Reform UK, or are they just going to leap into bed with Nigel Farage? Ooh, we're back to the stationery cupboard. Or will they become the relics of the bygone political era, watched from the sidelines as Farage continues an improbable march towards the political mainstream? I don't think he will, though. That's the point. I think he will simply split the Conservative Party and the Lib Dems will move into their natural place in opposition, and they might well beat Starmer in the next election. Only time will tell. But it's going to be a fascinating year, and it's going to be measured, I strongly suggest, and this is what I predict, it will be measured by the number of defections to Reform UK over the next 6 months, over the next 8 months. Wait and see. If that trickle builds into a run, somebody's got the runs. No, it's not me. If it builds into a run rather than a constipated urge, then the Lib Dems will be the ones to benefit. And that would be interesting to see. I'm not sure I particularly approve Ed Davey. But, hey, the devil you know.